All right, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, 15 before the top of the hour, y'all. I am so excited, y'all. She's a fearless activist, a voice for the people, and you know her from the front lines of the fight for justice. I want y'all to give a warm welcome to the one and only Tamika D. Mallory, y'all. Come on.
Good morning, Tamika. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy to have you. Thank you for jumping on with us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ricky. I appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely. Congratulations on your new book, I Live to Tell the Story. And you know, let's just get this thing started. You know, why do you feel like it was so important to share your story? Because you've been through a lot.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot to it. I really wanted people to have something that tells them no matter what we go through, we can make it, you know, if we never give up. And I think that my book, as a coming-of-age story that talks about my childhood all the way up to today and through some of those really difficult moments while fighting for justice, but also being a human who is experiencing life just like everyone else. You know, I feel more empowered, and I'm hoping that someone else will pick it up as a cheat sheet for their own life, that they can learn from my mistakes, they can learn from my choices, some bad choices, some good choices, and ultimately I never gave up being committed to community and to fighting for my people, even in the midst of all the challenges. So I think that's what the story is all about. My first book, State of Emergency, which you also supported, was more about my theory of change for America. But this time, this book is about my prescription for me, and I hope that it encourages you as well.
So, Tamika, so how does our new president impact your fight for social justice?
Well, I think we're going to have to fight like hell, right? You know, we're not going to roll in a corner and cry. That's for sure. I think a lot of black women especially are getting ourselves a little relaxation and, you know, and not trying to respond to chaos. But we know that there's a fight ahead of us. You know, people always ask me, why do I do the work that I do every day? And I say that it's really personal for me. I have a 25-year-old son, a young black man in America who lives, goes outside, moves around. I want him to be safe. I want him to be successful. He has my 2-year-old granddaughter. I want to see her grow up in a nation where she has more rights, not less, than I had at her age. And then my parents, they are 79 and 78 years old. They deserve for their retirement benefits that they work so hard for to allow them to live the life that they deserve. They need to have proper medical coverage. They need their Social Security check. And so for me, it's real personal that, yes, I'm absolutely in the fight for everybody, but I'm actually in this for myself. And I know there are people who are listening who are concerned about where we will end up. And I don't believe that anything we've ever wanted would happen for us if we did not fight. And it's the same today. We've got to be out there organizing our people and standing on business.
I have to ask you this because I got clowned really bad for supporting Kamala Harris. Like you would not believe some of the backlash I got just for supporting her and how the clown emojis or whatever. So how do you deal with criticism within your own community while you're fighting for freedom? You know, how hard was that for you to process?
Yeah, you know, and I talk a little bit about that in the book. I think that, Ricky, first of all, ignorance is at an all-time high. And I once said that I thought that sexism for a black woman can be even worse than racism because the way in which we are attacked is something that is just unbearable at times. I would say that for me, it is very frustrating to have to deal with the internal hate. But one of the ways that I'm able to compartmentalize is to recognize that our people have been traumatized so much, and it is more difficult to fight the oppressor than it is to fight one another. And so we often project onto one another our pain, the confusion, the trauma. And so I've tried to not allow myself to take it personal, but it certainly is frustrating. But I think you know that you did the right thing in supporting a black woman who absolutely is more competent and would have been better for this country. But people are in the find out stage, and there's going to be more of that to come over the next 4 years. I would say that in 2 years, we have the midterm elections. Don't wait for someone else to run for office in your community. We need to make sure that we win back the House. We need to win back seats in our federal government so that we can balance what is happening there, because we don't have the balance right now with the Republicans having all three branches of government. We need some balance, not so much because we care about or we're so in love with the Democrats or even independents, but there needs to be balance. And so I would say that don't wait, don't look around and say who's going to run for office. You could do it. It's 2 years from now. It is time for people to take this thing seriously. Don't wait until it's too late. Let's pick who we want to represent our communities and get behind them and support them and make sure you put some money on their campaigns.
Come on now. And where can people find your book and how they can support the movement beyond, just reading it?
Absolutely. So you can go to TamikaDMallory.com, TamikaDMallory.com, and there are links there for pre-ordering or ordering now, because today is release day, which happens to be the same day that Nelson Mandela was released from prison. And so you can go on my website and order the book, or if you have a black bookstore near you, please make sure that you go in and let them know this book is out and you want to see it on the shelves in their stores. And of course, Barnes and Nobles and all the other places online where you purchase books. It is available today.
There it is, y'all. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, and make sure y'all go out and pick that book up. And thank you for jumping on with us this morning. We love you, and we always appreciate you. And we want to, say thank you for everything that you do for our community and standing up for the people. Ladies and gentlemen, Tamika D. Mallory. Yes. Appreciate you. All right, y'all, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.